Okay. Alright, I think we're live on this. Yeah, I think we're live. Yep. So, yep. And, boom. We are live. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TheBlueMatrix here, and welcome back to another podcast. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the podcast background right here. I'm still trying to work things on the computer still. I mean, I haven't put a lot of time on there. But anyway, for this episode of the stream, if you want to, give me as many questions as you possibly can. We're going to be doing a Q&A for this stream. And, well, anyway, I'm interested in what you guys are going to ask me, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do, be sure to show some love. Hit that like button down below, and also, if you're at all new to my channel, be sure to hit the be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and become a part of the notification squad. Oh, and thank you for 60 subscribers. I am very happy for that. We're just 5 subscribers away getting back on track. So anyway, let's get started. So, okay, so should I throw it in there? Yeah, let me throw it into the chat real quick. Okay, let's see. Let me go to my studio. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's on yet. So, let me go ahead and go to... Okay, no, not studio. Go live. 3 playbacks. For some reason, I don't believe that. Okay, let's see. Is there a shareable link that I can get off of this? You know, let's go to my channel. I'll show the link there. So... Okay, let's click that. Copy. Let's go to Discord. Okay, Evan's got Discord. Control V. Okay, verified. Okay. So, okay, so let's see. Is there anything we could talk about right here? Let's get started. Okay, let's think of something real quick. You know what? It's, you know, here's the thing, alright? So, I guess, I can go ahead and start on this topic why I've been live streaming more than making videos. So, the reason I do that is because it's less time consuming. You see, when you're live streaming, all you gotta do is just play on, just record, and that's it. You don't have to edit down or anything for live streams. So, but for making videos, not only you gotta record the gameplay, but you also gotta edit the gameplay, trim it down, add effects if you want to, and make quality thumbnails for there, do all that kind of stuff. I mean, it takes more time. It takes more time to make videos than it does seed review. Oh, okay. That's just an old video. Okay. So, but yeah, I just like streaming more. Hey Galaxy, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. This is a Q&A stream, so if you want to ask as many questions as you want, and I'll be gladly to answer. So, okay. So, while I'm waiting for that, let me check on something here real quick. Let me check my email. I'm doing alright, Evan. How's it going, man? Alright. Yeah, this is a Q&A stream, so if you want to, ask as many questions as you like. So, ask as many. Alright. You're right back. Okay, man. Take your time. Okay, man. Take your time. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Evan, have you been doing? Have you been getting over the sickness parts? Have you got over the sick part? Because I remember you commented that you was being sick for the last few days. Just checking to see if you got better. Just checking. Okay, see here. I'm doing better still a bit, but I'm okay. I'm doing better still a little bits, but I'm doing better. So that's good. That's great. That's great. all I got is just a bit of cough, but that's about it. So I just gotta treat it a little bit more, and then I should be rid of it. So yeah. So, Evan, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. So, let's see. You know what? So, since I'm awaiting questions, you know what? It's kind of stupid how I don't know if you know about Kyle Riddle, but Kyle. Not Kyle Riddle, but Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, okay, actual first question. What did you think about the new Spider-Man trailer? Which one? Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about No Way Home. It was actually really good. It's answered about most of my questions already. So it was a great trailer. Though I can understand why they didn't show Maguire or Andrew Garfield. But however, the hint is already there when he said you're not Peter Parker. So that already hinted the multiverse. That already hinted the multiversal thing right there. So yeah, it was a great trailer. I watched it I think it was about 20 minutes after it came out. I think it was crazy. It was packed with a lot of stuff right there. And I don't know, which I'm pretty sure you must have already heard already, but the Brazilian version of the trailer, they didn't even edit out the lizard getting kicked or getting like punched by invisible objects. So that pretty much also answers it right there. I don't think anyone could have edited that in a quick amount of time, unless you're like a hardcore editor or something. So yeah, yeah, I think it was an awesome trailer. So. Okay, I saw that there were a few hints that Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be in this movie. Yeah, I would have fit. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of safe to say they would be, but even though the hints are there, I'm still taking it with a grain of salt. It could end up being like, kind of like Rise of Skywalker kind of issue where we thought things were going to happen, but it didn't turn out to be. So I'm keeping it with a grain of salt still, despite that. So. Yeah, I mean this film has the potential to be one of the greatest marketed films of all time. It has potential there. So, for people to get way too excited just to see a trailer, just for a trailer, then yeah, I mean, hints are there. It's going to be a financial success either way. So yeah, I think so. Hey Evan, if you don't mind, I'd like to share the stream link right into the Discord chats. If you don't mind. So, but yeah, it's a phenomenal trial. I can't wait for the movie. I really cannot wait for the movie. I think it's going to be a great movie, despite it having the other Spider-Man in it or not. So despite that, I think it'll be awesome. So, all right, let me check. Okay, has anything refreshed my email real quick? Because I was supposed to have something come in. It doesn't look like it's. Okay, it did confirm my payment. Okay, so I did do that. Yeah, true. Part where Tom Holland Spider-Man was facing off against Sandman, Electro Lizard was not attacking Tom Holland Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the Discord thing. The thing is that I'm not really sure. Okay, now okay, general. Okay. Okay, but yeah, the thing is about serials. I was trying to pick up what I was trying to say. The thing is that that Holland leaping over to face all three of them, maybe four of them, five of them at once. That just doesn't add up. That it really doesn't. So Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's pretty tough, but yeah, I mean, he's had struggles with more newer villains right there. But these ones are more experienced. I just don't see him leaping just by himself there just doesn't add up. So yeah, I think there's a chance that there's going to be some in there. So I'm excited though, even if McGuire and Garfield don't show up, since all these villains are going to be returning. I mean, well, yeah, and I did look at the castings. The original Sandman from Spider-Man 3 is going to be casting this one, so is going to be casting this Sandman. The only noticeable difference that I've seen, I haven't seen the casting for Lizard, but I'm sure it's the same actor. I haven't seen any. The only difference that I've seen was Electro, because if you recall, Electro was completely blue all around his body, but this one, it seems to be as if he had, like, gear around him. Maybe he stabilized himself to his original body, then had that? I don't know yet. But, I mean, Holland Spider-Man is up against 3 or more villains. Could be fun to see. But, I mean, just from viewing the, just from seeing the, just from the theme of the event of that trailer, I think there's more than 3 in that one section. I think all of them are there. If not most. Maybe Doc Ock is just sitting in the background. Since Doc Ock is taking the lead role of the villain side of everybody else. From what the trailers are showing anyway. So, yeah. I think he's going to be a little bit more leaned back for this one. Aside from getting Holland's ass beat. So, and what's an interesting question is that I noticed that his claws were his mechanical arms actually had about. I heard Vulture might be returning in this movie. I don't know about Vulture, but however, I know Vulture is going to be in. I know Vulture's going to be in Morbius. I know he will be, but do I think Vulture will be in this film? I don't think so, because it just wouldn't add. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see. Since there's only 5 confirmed villains right here. There have been rumors of there being Doctor Strange being evil in this film, like Mistro or the evil Doctor Strange from the What If series, but I don't know. We haven't got any confirmation from there yet. But knowing this official trailer, that's probably unlikely. But I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it. You're excited out of the way? Yeah, me too. So, yeah. So, after looking at Angry Joe's review on Vanguard, because I did make a rant stream. I did make a rant stream on the last episode about Vanguard, about why it's not worth the buy. And I did had Unknown Jay onto the stream as well. I had him in the chat, so we discussed about it. And well, it turned out the situation was actually more worse than I thought. For the zombies part of it, shoot, man, they removed wall weapons and they even removed the ray gun. If you don't know, the ray gun's been, which I'm sure you do know, but the ray gun is actually not in the game. Like I could have thought they at least had it in there because it's been in every Treyarch Zombies game ever, and it's not in this one. I don't know how, because they took over development duties, and I know it's continuing the Ether storyline, so of course it's gonna have to be in there. And it also turned out, hey, what's up, Galaxy? Welcome back. I watched a few subs of mine play Vanguard, and I was bored after watching for 5 minutes. I know, man, and there's no round-based zombies. And I just got a confirmation yesterday that we will not be getting any content on Season 1, aside from the Easter egg being added on to the first map. So, yeah. Man, this game, it's getting worse. It's probably going to be till about Season 2 or 3 before we get any content for that game. So, it's going to be... So, and plus the Season 1 has been delayed for about a week. So, it's the same thing that happened last year. They're delaying Season 1 for a week. So, no Easter egg right now. I mean... They should have held on to it for another year. They should have never drawn Treyarch into this game, alright? Because that was... I don't know what happened during development. Because I remember back when the game first got into a hellhole. Originally, I thought Sledgehammer's game was getting merged with Cold War. I literally thought that was the case. But it didn't turn out to be. It turned out to be a completely separate game. But, yeah, this game was... It was a mess. Well, I mean, it's not the developers' fault. A lot of people blame the developers, but it's really not their fault. So, because they were given a short amount of time to do it. No round-based maps right now, and only content we have is Outbreak type of map, which is boring. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of round-based instead of what did they call it? What did they call it in Cold War? I mean, I've never played it, but Activision's fault. They should have held on to this another year. Here's how I think development should have worked, alright? They should have had 1 year to release a game, okay? And another year solely for DLC. And then the year after, another game. And the year after that, DLC. Year after that, another game. And so on and so forth. I feel like it should have been like that. Instead of going yearly and then at the same year when you're releasing DLC, have it be another game. I mean, you're just rushing your product. You're rushing your product right there. And plus, since we got into another generation of games, where you're having to have... Hey, what's up, Ramo? How's it going, man? Since we're in another generation of consoles where things got more advanced and it takes more development time to make the game, they're still going yearly on this. And they have not got another studio to make another COD game. Because that's what they did with Sledgehammer for last gen. Yeah, true. Screw Activision. Yeah, true. So, yeah, it turned out the game was a lot worse than I suspected it to be. So, yeah. I mean, now, will the game... Nothing much, so what about... Okay, yeah, you're talking about Galaxy. Okay. Should you have even made zombies if it was going to be this bad? Let Treyarch get more time... Hold on a second. Shouldn't have even made zombies. If it was going to be this bad, let Treyarch get more time and a break. True. Alright, they could have done the same thing like Sledgehammer did for their Exo Zombies, where they waited till first DLC before they released the game. I feel like that's what they should have done with this one. It's just wait till about Season 1 or Season 2 and then release their first zombies. Alright, I feel like that's what they should have done. Because besides, people are just going to be paying for the maps anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and throw it at it. Well... Unless they went free with these maps, because I heard they did free with I heard they went free, if I recall correctly, they went free with Black Ops Cold War. So I believe it's still the same case for this one, but because I haven't heard anything about the season pass, but yeah, it's this game's a mess. Now, will the game eventually be something that we could buy? I mean, yeah, probably someday. But where it's at right now, it's just not it's just a shell of a game right now. They need to add multiple maps for launch because it's not much content since every map is given out each season, and each season takes forever. That is true, and they just delayed the first season by a week, so it'll be about, if I heard, December 7th before we get it. So it's gonna be quite some time before we get that. But even if we do get the first season, we're still not gonna get any DLC with it. So we're not gonna have any content on the first season. We're not gonna have any. So yeah. So, Evan, so that concludes that. So, Ramo, Galaxy, if you got any questions, be sure to ask. And, Evan, if you do beat them, if you got another question, be sure to beat them. And if they do, hopefully they don't torch you down. Or track you down. I can't even talk today. But, yeah. So, don't worry about it. Let's go to his stream. Not much, Evan. What about you? Yeah. Okay. Vanguard and Cold War had made Black Ops 4 seem like a great game compared to it. I mean, well, hey, at least with Black Ops 4, despite its heavy crashes, I mean, aside from that, the game actually has content. So at least Black Ops 4 has content to work with, despite its heavy crashes. But they later patched it. So no doubt, I do believe that they're going to patch the issues in Vanguard, but it's probably going to be a long while before we get that. But yeah, the Vanguard was an unfinished product, wasn't it? This was not. Now, I'm not as concerned for MW2 next year. I'm not as concerned by that because at least Infinity Ward's got their time on their hands. Okay, so at least they got time to make their game, especially when they're having to get an extra year to work on it, since this year was supposed to be Infinity Ward, and last year was supposed to be Sledgehammer, but that didn't happen. So, GTA Definitive Edition, what do you think about that? Oh, okay, well, I haven't played it, but let me get my first thoughts about it. I thought the game looks nice. Alright, for an older style game, since they upgraded the graphics, I thought it was a great game. I thought it looks really nice for it. Definitive Edition, I've heard there was a lot of complaints about it. Don't know what... let me go ahead and look at the complaints for GTA Definitive Edition real quick. I mean, I can understand why people are getting disappointed about it. It's because that it's not GTA 6. It's not an announcement for it. I can see that as being one of those reasons. But, what are my honest opinions about it? I think it's decent of a re-release, but I feel like they should just move on to the next game. Clarification, if the announcement is true, then we're going to have a remastered GTA 4. We're going to have a remastered Grand Theft Auto 4, which I feel like we should have already had. Or at least a port over to the next generation. Because GTA 4 is a solid game. Now, if it is getting an actual remaster like they did with the Definitive Edition, I think it'd be all right. Like So Much Bad Stuff, we are getting a remastered GTA 5 next March. Yeah, I mean, I'm already aware about the expanded and enhanced. They ought to just left that game alone. Just do a port over. They ought to just done that. Because when I've seen the trailers, I mean, heck, it looks more like a freaking PS3 version of the game instead of an actual remastered upgrade. Now, maybe they'll take the backlash seriously and make it look actually good. But, because the graphics mods for the PC version, it looks like expanded and enhanced. But I don't know. But, I feel like since GTA 4 didn't get a port over, I think that one deserves a port over, really. But yeah, I mean, as a remastered, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it'd be decent, but it just wouldn't be something that people are going to come back month after month. So it's just going to be a temporary hype like God of War or Spider-Man did. So, but yeah. No, with the trailer, they just went lazy and released GTA 5 PS3 trailer. That's what I was just saying. They should just make GTA 6, and they have milked GTA 5 too much now. And, well, the CEO of Rockstar did say something about the GTA 6, why it's taking so long, because they want they want quality to be first. So, it's probably going to be, since the announcement for Grand Theft Auto 4 is going to be till 2023 before we get it, chances are we probably won't be getting it till 2025 at the very least for GTA 6. It'll probably be 2025 at the very least. So, but we'll just have to see. Who knows? Maybe it'll come sooner than that. I don't know. Maybe sooner, later. I mean, I hope not later, but I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. All right, we're coming up to we're about 8 years out from GTA 5's release, and keep in mind on this, a lot of people don't seem to realize this, but we have not had a new GTA game last generation. Not one new one. Because GTA 5 came out for the old gen first. And last generation, there was no new GTA game, just a port over GTA 5. I think it's coming in 2030. Maybe at the very least. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's taken forever for them, for very sure. But yeah, I just hope that the wait is worth it. I really hope so. And if it is true that the entire United States map is going to be involved with this game, which I've heard many years ago it was rumored to be like that. I've heard many years ago it was like that. If it is true, known as Project Americas, if it is true, then yeah, I can understand why this wait time is necessary. But I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get there. So, yeah. Okay, they should make GTA 6. They have milk tea. Okay, I've already read that one. They are making money for it. That's why. Yeah, that's true. For business standpoint, they need to make as many excuses to make much money. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, business always has one profit. I learned this from my father, who's also my boss from a plumbing company. But here's this. There's one goal that you make in a business is to make profit. And if you don't want to make profit, then you might as well walk out the door. I mean, and that makes sense, all right? A company needs to make profit to survive and benefit. And I can see why. But they are like, what is Rockstars' net worth? I want to look at this real quick. Okay, Rockstar net worth 2021. They have $5 billion on Rockstar by itself. And what is Take-Two's net worth? Because Take-Two owns Rockstar. What do they own? $20 billion as of November 18th, which was 2 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, Rockstar is like $5 billion. Yeah, I'm looking at the thing right here. Yeah, you know what? I might as well just share my screen and show you real quick. Desktop. Yeah, as you can see right here. Can you see it? Let me take a look. Yeah, it looks like you will be able to see it. Let me shrink it down a little bit. As over here, you can see it's like $5 billion. And when I type in Take-Two, and they're worth $20 billion from earlier this year. So yeah, they got a bank. Yeah, that was a little bit off, but hey, I mean, it was pretty on point. It's like, yeah, yeah, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, maybe like 50 billion, but I don't think they would have made $1 trillion. I really don't think so. Now, now Amazon is worth $1 trillion, because they sell everything. But since they're selling like a few games at a time, it's kind of doubtful that they make $1 trillion. But I'm kind of surprised it's kind of this low. I was kind of expecting about maybe no more than 100 billion, maybe no more. But I'm thinking about 50 billion at the least. But no, that was kind of off at my end too. So yeah. So yeah, GTA 6. I feel like they should just. I feel like they should just waited a little more. I feel like. Okay, look, I'll give them a little bit more time, alright? I'll give them about another couple of years to announce their game, but if they don't announce their game within like 2 years, I'll give them 3 years at the most. If they don't announce by then yeah, something's up. So, well, something's up already, but I heard on YouTube they was 1 trillion. Maybe I was looking at something different then. Okay, maybe if anybody owns like Take-Two, who like if does someone own who owns Take-Two? Okay, does anyone own it? Okay, doesn't look like it. 2030? Well, I'll take your word for it, 2030. So, yeah. But yeah, GTA 6, yeah. I'll give it a little bit more time, but yeah, I think we're waiting too long. If you want, bro, I could hop on disc and we could discuss it since there's quite a few stuff to discuss. Sure, man. Let me get you on here. All right. Okay, let's see here. Where are you at? So I can kidnap you and put you in my chats. Let's see here. Where are you at? Okay, let's see here. Home. Okay, here. Okay, here you go. Ramo. Voice call. Hello. Hello. Okay, looks like your camera's off. Looks like your mic's off again. How did I change the settings? Give me just one moment. Okay. Let's see. Okay, give you a sec. Okay, all right. Okay. Is he already in? Okay, let's see here. Okay, no, it's not. It's right there. Okay. All right. While I'm waiting for him, so anybody else got any other questions that y'all got? So I mean, you can feel free to ask anything. All right, it can even be personal if you want to. So you can. Okay. Yep. Hello.
Is this working?
Okay. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. Yeah, I can.
All right. Yeah, I just left and rejoined the call.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what happened there. How's it going, Ramo?
It's going pretty well. Life's going good. What about you, bro? How's life?
I was doing all right. Let me see if I can hear you from stream. How's it going, Ramo? Okay, let's see here. It's going. Okay, yeah, I can hear you on stream. Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna leave my stream on mute so that way I don't hear like echoes and stuff like that. It's those drive me crazy. So yeah. Anyway, as a GTA 6, yeah, I mean, I feel like the wait time is a bit long. If the Project Americas is true and it's using the whole country, then I can see why the wait time is needed. So,
nah, so how I think of this is, so recently, so when I was playing GTA, they did announce, so this was like a few months ago, they announced that they're getting a lot of new, like, people purchasing their game, so they're getting a ton of new players, right?
Yeah.
So, from a business standpoint, it would make sense to promise more content and then to push it on to the next generation of consoles, because this would first of all help the next consoles, so people would actually want to buy the next consoles to play these games.
Yeah.
So that would help like Sony and Xbox, right? So PlayStation and Xbox, and then it would also help their sales, right? Because people who are being promised new content for story mode, I'm pretty sure, and online,
yeah,
everyone's gonna want to move on to next generation of consoles to get the best,
of course,
type of to get the best gameplay. So then they can, like, I guess, adjust the prices of the things that they release. So therefore, people will be buying shark cards and stuff. And then they make a lot more money from that. And then once this slowly dies out, since GTA is dying out, once it dies out and they're ready, they're going to release GTA 6. And then it will be probably late 2023 or something. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Now I do know that they're planning. I think they're planning a release for GTA 4 remastered for 2023. I've heard the announcement there. which is assumedly confirmed. That's from what I've heard. But
Okay, I mean,
with a release date there, so with a release date.
yeah, okay. So I guess if they do release it, then on 2023, my guess is then it will probably come out 2024 or 5, because
Yeah.
GTA 4 it won't have an online mode, but it's only gonna be story, so it's only gonna get a bunch of like sales out there, not.
Yeah, I mean
What?
it was already confirmed it's not going to get a. It's already confirmed it's not getting a multiplayer. They discontinued that, especially after the
Oh,
re-release. Especially after the re-release of the PC version. It was called the. It was called the Complete Edition, I think, the GTA 4 Complete Edition. From what I've, let me look at my Steam. Is it called that? I'm pretty sure it's called. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's called Complete Edition. You're right.
Okay, it is Complete Edition. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's
I
like-
can understand why they took out the multiplayer. I understand why, because nobody's really being on there. I mean, not as much as as GTA Online on GTA 5. So not as much.
Yeah. So GTA 5 is like, so GTA 4. I'm pretty sure the online was like an experiment. Like it was supposed to see how well it goes.
Yeah. It was,
Then there you go.
no. Go ahead. I was just agreeing with that.
No, I was just gonna say like it's so GTA 4 is like an experiment. It was like a first thing they were trying, and so many players jumped on, and there wasn't like you couldn't buy apartments, you couldn't have a personal like garage, have your personal vehicles and all that. So since it was pretty popular, since I used to play it a lot, so it got transferred over to GTA 5 with a bunch of new stuff, and that's when it really went off.
Yeah.
Because that was like the first game where you could actually do stuff like that.
Okay, so GTA 4 is basically homeless simulator, and GTA 5 is rich simulator, pretty much. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I didn't know you. I mean, I would have figured you couldn't buy properties. I could have figured that on GTA 4, but I didn't know you didn't actually can do that or can't. I didn't know that. Well, only because I never played the online there, so I never.
I mean,
So.
like, I could be wrong. There could be like a few houses you could buy, but when I was on it, there was like a few races you could do and stuff. But the main things that I saw everybody doing was playing stuff like just like going around shooting people,
Of
running
course.
some guy over or something. Now that's like really common in GTA 5 because there's nothing left to do. So GTA 5 Online has slowly become GTA 4 Online. So they need to release so much new content for the PS5 version in order for this to like completely smash on,
Yeah,
like it did for the 2013 release of GTA 5. That's just how.
I remember back when there were rumors that there's going to be a new Rockstar game that ongoing with the PS5 announcement. I remember back during those rumors, and we all assumed that it was going to be GTA 6. So I was just like, maybe the wait is finally over. When I saw the Rockstar logo, I was excited, but when I saw GTA 5's logo, I was basically the same guy. What was he? KSI, who freaking did the yes, no. You know what I'm talking about? I was pretty much the same thing like that. So I was just like, come on, man. I don't want to play GTA 5 again. I don't want to play. But at least I'm happy that they allowed a free upgrade instead of repurchasing the game. At least I'm happy about that. So.
Wait, so do the people who purchase GTA 5
for the PS4?
On the PS4.
Yeah,
they get a free upgrade.
Yeah, that's from what I've heard. That's from what I've heard. They get a free upgrade there.
I don't know if they're going to entirely do that.
Well, that's. I mean, it was on their menu, so I'm pretty sure they're accurate there.
Oh, if they said if it was a YouTube video, then okay. Like I would be very skeptical, but since
I'm skeptical on YouTube videos, by the way.
Yeah, so if they said on their site, then that's actually very interesting because I've bought GTA 5 on the console many times. All right, I've bought it digital edition and I've got it like 4 or 5 times with the CD. So if I don't get a free version, man, I'm flying over to Rockstar, bro.
Yeah.
It's on site with them.
Yeah, I mean, I got one for I had one for my Xbox 360. I have one for my PC, and I got one for my PS4. So I'll be darned if I had to buy it a 4th time. I'll be darned if I had to buy it.
I mean, I guess the way they would do this is to see whoever has a transfer account. So what that means is that you can transfer your account from like you did from PS3 or the old gen to the current gen, and now it's gonna do the same thing to the new gen.
Now,
But then,
I know they're re-releasing it for the Series X, but they didn't say anything about transfer over on a Series X. I mean, I've heard it for PS5, but they didn't say anything about Series X. Maybe they will, but I'm not really sure. So,
I mean, there was like rumors back in 2018. I still remember that Sony were trying to get a deal fixed with Take-Two or Rockstar. I can't remember, to get their game basically exclusive or something. So do you know how like COD is like 1 month? It used to be like, so let's just say Black Ops 3. The maps used to come a month early for PS4.
oh
Right?
yeah, I remember. You're talking about the
But
1 year exclusivity deal. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they've done that
I'm
with
guessing.
freaking Modern Warfare. They've done that. So,
Yeah, so if they do that with GTA 5, that would mean that we would
Yeah.
get like, I mean, I don't know, quite few things early. But I generally think that the company won't do that. I have a feeling they're not gonna take the deal.
yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
don't know why.
if you're talking about contract dealings, then I would have to say you're talking about Take-Two. They're making the deal with because Take-Two owns Rockstar. So
More
if
than a
any,
stake too, yeah.
and Take-Two's the publisher. So if anything, they'll be talking to them. So if anything, so.
Yeah,
But
they probably spoke to them. I'm not entirely sure about that. Since it was a long time ago since I heard this
yeah,
news.
I don't blame you. I mean, I didn't hear anything about that. Rockstar's exclusivity right there. I'd be like, what would they have that would be worth from Rockstar because they rarely release games, so they.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm generally like in the middle. I'm very angry. At the same time, I'm very happy. So, what I mean by that is, I'm glad that it takes like 7, 8, maybe 4, 5 years for a GTA game to actually be released. Because look at what happened to COD. They released it every year, right?
Every
There was
year.
a cycle,
Yeah.
and they released it every year, and each time there'll be different content. And because they've done it every single year, so the early stages was the best stages for COD, right? Because
Yeah.
they quickly like grabbed onto everything good that we've never experienced.
Yeah.
And then once we've been through that process, everything that we've been through since the start of COD to the end, or like to the current version, the games have slowly become repetitive over
Right.
time because anything they add which is a bit new to the like COD series, none of it feels new because we've already had like everything since it's released year after year after year after year. With GTA, they still have, this is an open world, so it gives them a lot more advantages.
Yeah.
Since they haven't released it year after year after year, we have like so much like like, how do I say this? Like we have so much content to go through that we don't even know yet. But with COD, we can already expect what we're gonna get. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So GTA 6, we all have no idea what it is. We all want it really badly, but we're not getting it until it's the right time. And that's what I like about Rockstar and Take-Two.
Right. I mean, they look at quality. Okay. There hasn't been a single
Yeah.
release aside from the remasters that has disappointed us. So I wouldn't doubt that this game is going to be great. I'm not going to doubt that, at least for the single player portion. As for the online, well, that's debatable. But let's hop back to Call of Duty real quick. All right, I can confirm 3 games that will pretty much never get to play, and I know one campaign, which you should already know, Black Ops 4, which they said, oh, we never planned a campaign that has never been in our books. Well, we already know that's bullshit. We already saw gameplay of that. But I already know 3 games of Call of Duty, which is completely different that we have never got to play. All right, third person Call of Duty Devil's Brigade, third person Call of Duty Vietnam, and also Call of Duty Roman Wars. The Roman Wars thing was completely different, which I have I actually wanted to play that. But I don't know what came into their heads for not doing it, but it's stupid as heck. It's stupid. Yeah. Oh, what the heck were they thinking? What were they...
Every single time I'll tell you, oh my god, there's a new COD release. First thing that you're gonna think of is action packs. You're gonna think of like close quarters combat. You're gonna always think of like tryhards and sweats. Like sliding, drop shots and everything.
Yeah.
With the next GTA, are you gonna think of Oppressor Mark IIs? Are you gonna think of orbital cannons? Are you gonna think of Doomsday Heist? No, because that is completely unpredictable.
No, I think of it as GTA 5, but maybe a little bit more modernized, like today's modernization, and well, maybe a little bit of future stuff, but more likely more features. That's why I'm looking at it as an upgraded GTA 5, really, as an upgrade.
Now, what I take it as is so you see GTA 5 online, right? So they already took the future path with like all these futuristic stuff. Yeah. And once they took that, and everybody kind of liked it at the start, and then it slowly became hate.
Yeah.
Over the time, people, they obviously got their feedback, right? But they had to continue into that path because
everybody was already working on it.
Yeah, so it wouldn't quietly make sense if you went from future then back to the past, and then then that wouldn't really quite fit in, and it would just feel a bit weird.
Well, the only game. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, the only game that had that going on was Black Ops 4. It was originally going to be for jetpacks, the way how they based the maps, but however they had to cut that. They had to cut that out because people didn't like it. So there were originally going to be jetpacks for BO4, but they cut that too.
In my opinion, BO4 would have been great with jetpacks if that's the map.
Probably,
like, as you say, the map's been based off with jetpacks is used for jetpacks, right? Now, yes. I don't know that personally because I didn't play multiplayer that much. But if that's the case, right? If that's the case, and they based the map for jetpacks, and then they removed the main feature of the game, that's the reason why I see BO4 doing terrible. Because the map layouts and stuff is not based on just ground based. It's based on a bit on the air as well. The jetpacks.
Yeah.
So every company, in my opinion, when they're going to do, when they're going through a phase and they've finished it, or they're going mid-phase, they should never turn back, because their game's always going to end up like BO4. It's just going to have a lot of hate towards it. It's just not going to go that well, because it's like saying, you're building a house and then midway you start taking everything apart because you're like, I don't want to build a house anymore. Or it just doesn't look nice or something.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time.
Stupid,
yeah,
think.
Yeah. It's a waste of time. So, yeah. Maybe adapt to it, but freaking tear it down and do something completely different. Not only you just wasted time, but you also wasted the money and resources to do it. So you also
wasted. Yep. And then you look at like COD Vanguard, like there's so much stuff to that. Like what it feels like to me as a customer towards their product. So what I feel like personally, I haven't played the game. Okay, I did play the free version. I didn't like it, but when it comes to zombies, especially and a few maps from like multiplayer and stuff, it just feels like they are trying to save on money by basically recreating old maps. They done that with zombies. First map was Mark. They just basically expanded it, right? Now they're doing the same thing with Sheena. We need something a bit new. There needs to be a lot of character development. Therefore, these little, what's it called? What are they called? Operators. They need to go. Operators is another thing.
Yeah, like, specialists. Yeah, they need to freaking go. They really do. I mean, that's the biggest issue with COD right now. Or unless they already took it out, or maybe refeatured it. I don't know, but they needed to be removed. So I already knew that. I mean,
I don't know where to say like how they could fix this in the next COD. I hope Infinity Ward, since Infinity Ward out
It
of all
is.
3 products, they've done the best. They've done the best, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
They've created Modern Warfare, which was a great COD in my opinion. I liked it. Multiplayer was air. The co-op was kind of
Yeah, the co-op was stupid as hell. The co-op was stupid.
Yeah.
The survival mode in there. Oh my god. I don't know how they messed it up, but they messed it up. I don't know how.
Nah, I still remember when I was playing it first time with my friends. We went and we like I think it was me who shot once at the guy like after the first mission when we went to the stadium. I shot the guy once. Or was at the airport? I can't remember. And then like so many jugs spawned non-stop.
Yeah.
It was stupid, and that's in my opinion that kind of ruined it. It should have been like at least 4 to 5 jugs per section or something. That would have been okay. So once you take out the jugs, you can recalibrate with your team and you can push on forward. But no, most of the times I went around the corner, I saw like 2 jugs at most, and then they would just spray me.
I mean, look.
Scary.
Look. I understand the Juggernauts is supposed to be tough. I understand that. But why make him like stupidly difficult where you had to unload everything you got at it and it still won't die? Yeah. I mean, even if it's tough weapons. Now, the only thing that I've noticed that was helpful against it is like, what was it, that certain shotgun you had to use? It like stuns him and then you can unload on the guy. That's kind of like the best one you can use on it. But it shouldn't have to be like that. It should. I mean, for real.
They did screw that up really badly.
Okay, look.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, me using the M4A1 didn't do anything to that.
Look, I'll give it this. The gunplay is amazing. I thought it was the best gunplay I've seen in a Call of Duty game. Ever.
That's true. That's true.
Well, even though Cold War has good gunplay, I think Modern Warfare has the edge on that one. But
Modern Warfare is the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Modern Warfare is the best out of it. But in terms of their... Okay, look, in co-op, like when you play with more than one person, okay? No doubt survival, if you're playing with more than one person, it's fun. No doubt about that. You can get to a fairly decent round with that. But if you're on solo, nobody can get past wave 5. If not, very difficult for somebody to get past it. So, unless you're using a shotgun technique, you're screwed, alright? There's no killing the Juggernaut. Now, Modern Warfare 3's survival, it's Juggernaut, it's tough. But however, at least it's at reasonable health. At least it's not like freaking, how do you put it? Like freaking Spider-Man Rhino armor merged with this guy, filled with like indestructible titanium kind of suit right there, where you run very fast and you can spray him down with a freaking machine gun. I feel like this one's more of a mutant. Like it's like a Master Chief knockoff than an actual Juggernaut. So I feel like it's more like that. So I feel like so.
Yeah, no, like they did ruin the co-op with that 100%, but then the campaign was so great. It was a great campaign. It's up there, one of the good campaigns.
Great campaign.
One thing I do hate.
Yeah.
No, it was a great campaign, but what's the downfall of it? Activision, I'm pretty sure, asked all 3 developing companies, or whatever you want to call them, like, you know, the Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, they asked them to basically, what's happening now is all 3 timelines, so World War II or Vanguard, which apparently takes place at the same time period as Cold War, somewhere around there, which doesn't make sense.
It don't.
But yeah.
It don't.
Yeah, so... And they merged it together, by the way. They merged it together. So all of these events are kind of happening in different universes at the same time as, like, the same or something like that. And then, at the same time, like, you know, there's history and backstory of this and that, and it's really complicated. And they've merged it all into Warzone, where we see a cutscene every, like, 90 days, and that's what the story progresses, right? So at the start, you know, all these different operators came, you know, like Ghost and stuff.
Yeah.
And like after Price was released, I couldn't care less about the story. I was done. I was like, this is taking too long for me to even know what's happening. I don't want.
I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even pay attention to Warzone story. I really did not pay attention to it at all. I haven't even played the game. I haven't even played the game.
Nah, if you love
So
a campaign, I'm pretty sure the stories they do carry on in the next game, so Modern Warfare 2. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be related to Modern Warfare 1, but it's still going to be pushed in towards Warzone because I'm pretty sure this was shown when you walk into the elevator and Zakhaev comes in. I'm pretty sure that was when everyone was like, "All right, the universes have somehow collided," or something like that.
which don't
And
make
that's
any
what
flat sense at all. It doesn't make any flat sense.
I mean, Cold War to like Modern Warfare time period, it kind of made sense because it felt like this was their history, where Zakhaev was alive and all of that stuff. And then, he pushes into Modern Warfare or something. They could have done something like that. But the merging in Vanguard with all of this doesn't make no sense.
Well, Cold War and Modern Warfare may be in the same universe, but can't be in the same timeline because that's a 40-year difference that you're looking at there. But it's I mean if it's like true with a whole paradox thing with Warzone, why not explain it like, you know what? Here's the best way I can see that they could explain this. Like after like BO4 zombies, let's say like that. All right, when the summoning key's destroyed, like it merged in like universes, like which even led to the events of Warzone, which merged all the universes together, and they all kind of like witness each other, kind of like wonder what's going on, kind of thing. I think it'd be like that. It doesn't have to feature zombies, but that would explain its realm merge. But since they didn't have any explanation on its realm merge, right there, that makes it very hard for me to follow. So, if you get what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, no, like I get what you're saying, but like, I mean, this then leads my point to like towards Vanguard. Then, like, it's the same thing, like, different, like these universes, right? From
Yeah.
Cold War, right? All of this being pushed into Vanguard, okay? But then at least, so if you look back in like the old games, so when it went from World at War to like BO1, BO2, BO3, and all that, we at least got some sort of sense that these universes or something, they do actually correlate in some way, shape, or form. So like the weapons, maybe they came over, they shifted to the next game. A small detail. The World at War, let's just say MP40, great. What's it called? It's like a really, really great example. MP40 comes into BO1, BO2, BO3, so on. It shows that the weapons that have been used in the past universes, they are, progressing into the future universes, right?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to Vanguard and Cold War, none of that stuff happens. So it goes like, wherever operators used in Cold War, instantly gone. And now when it comes to Vanguard, it's all different, new, and older weapons. And it's just that's why it's just like story-wise, at least use some old weapons. Maybe bring in, I don't know, the Gallo or something, a shotgun.
Yeah.
Or something like that, just like one weapon. Obviously, they didn't do that, and then it just kind of ruined. That's like one thing that ruins it. It shows that operators have no like reason to be in the game. They don't have anything story-wise. They don't have anything like gameplay-wise is the only reason why, and money-wise. And then whatever the characters say, it has no correlation towards the story as well.
Yeah.
Like Richtofen would say something, it made sense. But these guys say something, it makes zero sense. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that is just ruined.
I mean, of course, Edwards would make sense because he's been to different universes, so it would make sense, really. So,
but like all these different guys, and then when you do Easter egg with, I don't know, let's just say if I'd done the Easter egg with Captain Price, right?
Yeah.
And then I changed the character to Frank Woods. And does that mean that there's two different timelines or two different universes or something? You see what I mean? It doesn't add up.
It really doesn't add up because, from my understanding, Warzone carried on the. Because from my understanding, if I remember at the time, Warzone carried on the Modern Warfare campaign in some extent, and then now with this whole timeline merge kind of thing, that doesn't make any jack sense. This is like the first time hearing this, so it was. It's like. I mean, was the creator on acid when they were coming up with this? So I don't understand. I mean, was he?
I mean, like, if I'm honest, like, this does, the only, like, thing to, I could wait to explain this, like, fully, is money. Money is just one word, money.
Right.
It explains the entire situation. You
Right.
push everything, into Warzone, right? Okay, so what does that give you chances of doing? Warzone adds, okay, Warzone already adds bundles, guns to the game, right?
Yeah.
And then you could have, like, like they did, hype up Season 6, was it? For Cold War. They added in Mason as a playable Warzone character and operator to pick for, like, Cold War zombies and then, multiplayer and Warzone. And that's the only reason why, like, that's the Warzone's there. It's literally so people can buy operators. Like,
Yeah.
operators literally add up Warzone. Captain Price, another example. Like, this is when, like, you could use operators like in a multiplayer, but it was literally added in for Warzone. It wasn't added in for multiplayer. Like, their base reason was Warzone for the story. That was it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it gave them a chance to, like, sell a bunch of, season passes and gun bundles and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this, they basically are going to carry this on for as much as they can.
Of course.
Like, until Warzone basically dies.
Well, Warzone
Yeah.
could have been a perfect opportunity to hold back the other games, like fill it in with content, even if you got to do paywall, because, of course, I mean, people can keep freaking cocksucking just to get their weapons and anything. They'll buy anything they get. It could have been a perfect opportunity to fix up their game, but, of course, they're going to have to be freaking stingy and freaking release it before it's finished, so, I mean, of course they're going to do that. Yeah, I mean, Warzone was a perfect opportunity to do that, but they didn't.
No,
so.
you're 100% correct. I don't know which retarded business marketing man was working there, but,
Yeah. Remo, when are gonna give me ray gun Gallo?
Oh Jesus, I forgot I promised him that. I genuinely don't know yet. I will go to the shops and buy a bunch of, what's it called, gift cards, and then yeah, I'm pretty low on money still. But when I get the chance, I'll buy it.
Or if you hear, okay, if you, in case you didn't hear Ramo, which of course he'd hear you. I tested the audio. In case if you didn't, he has to go rob a few banks before he does that. So he's got.
Yeah.
So
and GTA quite a lot.
And I did check Galaxy's comment before he retracted it, saying that the reason they do it is because Activision's working for the government. I'll be like, hey, I wouldn't doubt that. I would not doubt it one bit. So if they're doing yearly releases, making a bunch of money off everybody, I would not doubt that one bit. So.
He's not wrong. This is how I look at it. Like, every business, huge business, they work for the government in a way, because I'm pretty sure, like, GDP goes up if you have a lot of businesses which is originated from your country. So let's just say, for example, Apple, they earn a lot of money, which earns America a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So Apple's like a really good, like, company for America, and then so the American government wouldn't mind helping Apple if they needed help. I'm pretty sure, like,
Yeah, well, I am American, so I mean, I can say this real quick. It's very complicated on to explain how they want to operate it. Like the rich doesn't want to pay taxes, but the poor does. Like, they get taxed a lot, and plus there's plus the way how they want to, like, tax up the businesses, kind of like depending on what pay class you are. It's very weird how they do it. But where it's at right now, oh man, they want to, instead of like giving taxes or upping the taxes for the rich, instead they want to make them they want to make the rich tax exempt, and then put all that effort onto the freaking poor folks who's making a hard time making a living. So Like from
So
where I'm at, like I don't know what the tax difference is right here, but every state got their like different taxes. But since I'm in Alabama, the tax pay that I have to do like for sales tax alone is 10%, and that's pretty damn big. And I think
yeah, so
recently they may have upped that because I noticed the tax percentage has gotten a difference because usually I calculate my sales. And I noticed that a number went higher, so yeah, it's kind of stupid. So it's kind of stupid for
yeah,
real.
no, like I mean, if they tax like the rich, so let's just say I'm pretty sure like to a certain point. What this is what my teacher told me. I don't know if it's how it works in America, but after a certain point of money you earn, let's just say for example over here, what my teacher told me at least
Yeah.
was if I earned 1 million, I would get taxed. I think it's like 50%. So if I would have to pay off 500k or something like that. So I mean, if that's how it works in America, let's just say for example,
50%. Shoot.
I think it was 50. The guy said something like that. I could be wrong, and it would probably be like 25%. I don't know. But if you earn a lot more, like if you earn like a shit ton, you have to pay a lot more tax, right? That's just how it works. It's just more,
Oh.
sensible for the rich. Because if you're earning 1 million and you have to, and the government basically don't tax you that much,
Yeah.
then they're pretty stupid on that, right? Because it's their loss.
Yeah.
It's not the person's loss.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I don't know what your government's based on, but mine's based on capitalism. But if that's true, then that's the very first time I've heard of that. Because from my understanding, from when I've seen like people getting taxed on, like they don't pay their taxes. Like mainly rich people don't pay their taxes, and for some reason they don't get any trouble with that. Or if they do get trouble with it with fines, it's not that big. So yeah, it's just strange how they do it.
The government, I'm pretty sure, protects them in a way. So,
Oh yeah,
because these million or billion-dollar companies, right? They are the reason that gives a lot of money off towards America. I'm pretty sure the huge companies that do have something to do with America's GDP, because I did learn like big companies, when they like go to other countries and stuff and do all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they tax like some sort of stuff there, and that huge chunks of money goes towards the American government, and then they do use that. But then in order for it to be like in the country, so to basically they tell the poor to pay for the rich.
Yeah.
Whatever. So basically, yeah, they equalize it with the poor and the rich, which is why, in my opinion, capitalism and communism are like too extreme, and they're both incorrect.
Well, I mean, I know communism and socialism is, but as a capitalism, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's shady things with it, but I don't think it's like in the complete wrong, in my opinion, but at least it ain't like super restraintive like socialism is. So at least, but I'm not gonna be like I don't want to be like super controversial when I say this, but here's the thing, okay? Whatever you hear about Biden, anything good about it, you might not want to believe that, because Biden is the reason why this country is in shit right now. All right, he like doubled the prices on everything. All right. He's about to send a multi-billion-dollar deal giving illegal immigrants like about around $400,000 each. Like, and this is undocumented ones too. And then put more tax efforts around to the people that are actually working. And I'm the one working. So, and the way how taxes are is that if you're single, like completely single, you're basically screwed on tax, because they're gonna tax those the most. And
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
It does. I mean, prices like double on everything. Last year, well, for my section of it anyway, the cheapest that I've seen was like $1.50 on gas, which to me that was good. I'm aware it's probably cheaper somewhere else, but from where it's at right now, I'm looking at about $3.29 and maybe $3.39 from what I've seen. That's the highest as of right now. Prices have doubled for that, and it's not just gas too. But I'm also seeing like steak prices. It used to be like $20 because I usually buy steak sometimes. It used to be like $20 per 4-pack. Now it's like $40 now, maybe $50. Now you got like milk prices from $1.20 something. Now it's up to about $3.19. It's ridiculous from what I'm seeing. Is right there. And and this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why? I mean, okay, look, our soldiers defend for our freedom, okay? And just pulling the soldiers from Afghanistan earlier this year, that was a big slap in the face in the freaking country, especially for people that died in there. Especially for people that died in there. I mean, that really made me sick to my stomach right there. And not long after, I think like 2 days later or something like that, and the Taliban freaking took over the country. So all our sacrifices were for nothing. I would not doubt there's going to be another war right there. And if you see there's another war, that is all Biden's fault, okay? Every good thing that you hear about Biden, you don't want to believe it, because he is not a president. All right? He is not fit for a president. I don't even want to deem him as one, really, to be honest with you.
No, he, like, to me, like, how I see is, like, okay, to Biden, right? Like,
yeah, Joe Biden, Joe Biden.
Yeah, so when he pulled out the soldiers, it was probably the most dumbest thing in my opinion to do, because first of all, so pulling out the soldiers doesn't just mean the soldiers come home safe, right?
Yeah.
You're basically saying, all right, so screw that time that we went there and tried to help people, screw the people that are living there, and you know what? Screw the people that are also sacrificed. You know, what's the point?
I don't even think
that's what he's saying.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even think Biden even knows this, because from my understanding is that it's the Democratic senators that they're actually having control over Biden. They want somebody who is freaking dyslexic as crap and something like that, and put him in office, because I don't even think Biden even knows where he's at right now. To be honest with you,
he has an IQ of a pencil. All right, let's just
IQ of a pencil. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that right there. So yeah, we'll go there.
Yeah, no, like, in my opinion, I mean, okay, what's the one thing that I heard he done that was good? I don't know if this is entirely true, but he put, USA back in the agreement for, global warming. So
that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I don't know if that's true, but like
I've heard nothing about this. All right, and put him back into that issue right there. I honestly don't believe that, because they even shut down productions for many places, like oil production, factory production, which is the reason why prices went up to begin with. So if you hear anything about that, I find that bullshit. So I find.
All right, well bullshit. Then screw Biden then.
Yeah, I mean,
I personally don't like the guy. I don't like the guy. He fits for like that typical, like. Do you know those like movie presidents when there's a war and then the president always makes like a wrong move or something? That's
yeah, pretty much like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Especially back to the Taliban issue, right? It makes me worry about countries like y'all, because y'all's countries are tied to the Eastern Hemisphere, because mine's in the Western Hemisphere. It makes me worried about them, because if Biden pulls out from any more places, then it's going to be pretty catastrophic. I think he's also retracted them from a particular section, and this could be the same as Afghanistan. It could be Afghanistan, but they even got hold of some U.S. firearms because of that. And
yeah, they got a hold of, like, I'm pretty sure U.S. vehicles, firearms,
tanks, tanks, helicopters, assault rifles, or armada rifles is what they call ARs. But yeah, yeah, I mean, they got a hold of a lot of stuff, and they were right there.
I mean, this is how I see the Taliban. So they were already a dangerous force before anything, because
of course,
I saw what's it called? A documentary about 9/11. I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I gave up on it. But
yeah,
in those episodes, I did learn. I should watch it again, but I did learn the fact that before 9/11 happened, all of these like terrorist extremist groups you see right now, like a chunks of them were funded by the U.S. government, and it was used to like fight in a proxy war, I guess.
Yeah.
Because when the Russians invaded, right?
Yeah.
They obviously the US didn't want that, right? Because that's just how it was. So the US agreed to like fund them in a way to give them guns and stuff so they could fight them off, right? Just look at it as like the Vietnam War. Would you say the Vietnam? Yeah, the Vietnam War. Like at the end, you know when they just gave them like a bunch of weapons and stuff,
Yeah.
brought them out to fight, and then they were like, right now you go to war. We're like our soldiers are not gonna interfere. But that was like throughout the whole war, and they actually won, right? So obviously the Russians didn't take over, and so these guys are like professionally trained now because they've been trained by like U.S. soldiers and generals and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. And then, like, the guy said that, like, all these leaders of these groups, they, like, started to see America as bad, and that's why they did 9/11 and whatnot. I don't know if that's entirely true. I personally don't believe that. I believe in a different theory.
I honestly believe there's way more to that story, really. Here's the thing, alright? So, about a month after 9/11 happened, over a month later, they introduced the Patriot Act, which allows them to let me look at this one in particular. The purpose of the Patriot Act is to determine a hold on a second, I can't even talk right. To deter and punish terrorist acts in the United States and around the world. But barely any terrorists have been punished or detained.
Any of the acts they do.
Yeah, I mean, they've barely been detained. Any terrorist, like, at all. And we've had a lot of terrorists here, and we still do. But however, what they don't document into this act is that this gives them to the excuse to monitor every act a citizen would do. They don't even enact this. They don't even say it on the act, but that's what it does. And it's basically an excuse to watch over everybody. And here's what's weird about it. All right, a United States act, in my opinion, usually takes months to develop, and this only happened within a month, which to me is very weird. So,
I mean, if I can prove you that, like, why I believe in my personal theory on why the U.S. government basically killed their own people, to invade other countries for practically their resources and oil and whatnot, because oil is basically one of the reasons why every country practically would go to war.
Of course, like
oil runs the world.
Of course, like
Apart
Japan,
from, like,
World War II. That's
stuff.
Yeah, that's the reason why they attacked us, or Japan attacked us because of oil. So yeah.
Yeah, so oil runs the world. If you don't have oil, you're not gonna be able to do much stuff, right? You're not gonna be able to produce. You're not gonna be able to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, back in so a CIA document got released, right, or something like that. It was a classified document.
Okay.
But what happened was, I'm pretty sure it got released. Because I was watching a video on this. So what happened was, this said that they were going to pay a few Americans or whatever, or Cuban guys, I can't remember, to go to Washington D.C. and shoot up as many people as they could, right? And the police will come and they'll probably just kill the people or whatnot. I don't know, but they paid them to do that, and then the reason for that was so they had a reasoning. They would basically classify it as a cubic terrorist attack on the United States soil, and therefore they would basically go into war with Cuba. That's the reason. That's the only reason why they wanted to do that.
All right. Well, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that. I haven't really read about it, so I don't know anything.
Now, if I find a video on it, I will send you the link. I'm pretty sure it's a conspiracy theory or something, or it's actually like actual factual documents. I can't remember, right? Because it's a video I watched a long time ago.
Yeah, if you do that, just send it to my. Yeah, if you do it, if you do find it, send it on my Discord. So send it on my Discord. So
basically, since then, my theory goes around is, I'm pretty sure they generally, like, paid some people, said, or like got some like mentally ill people or something, and told them to like, but basically, even the pilots may have known, I don't know, hijack a plane and then crash into the towers, right?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, all right, a country like America, even at the time with like not that much um security on their borders,
Mm-hmm.
like how are you gonna tell me that some people literally were carrying AKs on them and whatnot, and they managed to just walk past security like it was nothing?
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
yeah, I mean that is very strange. I mean, and plus they had like melee stuff on them, so like box cutters and stuff like that. Especially on what was it, United 93? I think they had like box cutters to kill them pilots. Like how can that slip past the guys? I mean, how could that? I don't know. So
And then like, and then coincidentally, the only plane that I'm pretty sure got destroyed was the one that was headed towards the president or the Pentagon or something. I can't remember.
what?
That
Okay,
was
so there are four main targets. All right, but I mean, from my understanding, there were more targets than that, but there were four main targets. All right, both the
which is the
towers.
Pentagon, White House, and the Burst Towers. Yeah.
Yeah, the White House is the only one that did not get hit, but the president was not at the White House at the time. He was at some elementary school in Florida at the time, doing that,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember
heard
that. Yeah.
and then he heard about the about the towers being attacked right there, and then he had to be escorted to into a secure unnamed bunker. So yeah, they had to send him there during the remainder of that time until the attacks were over. And there was initially going to be United States military calls right there to take down the planes that featured them, even though they had passengers. But the reason why they didn't carry that out is because they didn't want to make a miss. They didn't want to make a miss target and kill innocent civilians just out the blue. So which is why they didn't attack. And I can understand that there.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that
the
makes
Pentagon
sense.
was
That
the
makes
only
sense.
one that didn't. The Pentagon was the only one that didn't get attacked because passengers fought back on that one. So passengers.
Yeah, the
So
passengers,
so yeah,
which I mean,
it
like,
was the only one.
so
So
I mean, this does like rise my suspicions against the government, okay? Because the government, they generally, let's just be honest, all right? They generally that kind of don't care much about the people. They only care to a certain extent. The rest of it, they only care what benefits them, you know?
uh,
Because in a way, their country's not going to survive without oil, right?
yeah,
So look at the countries they're attacking right now.
hmm
Most of them have oil in it. So it
yeah,
would make sense for them. I'm not going to say entirely that I'm 100% correct. I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. It's only a theory. All right, I'm not 100% correct. But, all right. So, you know, so that's why I believe that they attack themselves, so then they could invade. They have a reasoning to invade another country, and it does make a decent amount of sense, because I don't think they're gonna straight up just be like, yo, like you see the thing you're talking about, the thing that happened 1 month after
yeah,
9/11, to see, oh, if there's any terrorist attacks in any other countries, we will uh like send help or whatnot. And so, like, obviously making that thing a thing, right?
right,
To it gives them a chance to look at the countries which basically all are like full of oil, right? So like Afghanistan and Iraq and whatever you
yeah,
want to, and all those guys were based off from there. So it basically said, hey, you know what? You can practically invade us whenever you want, because our countries have got the name of like the people that you are looking for, and therefore you can literally go over there and do whatever you want. So if they generally cared about like why, like, these countries having these people, these very, very criminal and then disgusting people that will go around killing anyone they see, right? If
right.
they generally cared about that, they would never have left Afghanistan.
Uh,
That's just how I look at it.
yeah. I
So
mean, it's just an awful move that they chose to do that. Like, just pull everybody out there. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I
so I
mean,
mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
it, it was a terrible move. They
It,
should,
it
because
really is terrible right there. So I mean, look, do I see all out war? Do I see all out war coming out during his presidency? I wouldn't doubt that, and I really don't think we're gonna have an option to impeach this guy. I mean, just seeing the impeachment trial for Trump, the first one, it was just enough to show how corrupted both sides are. All right, because the amount of votes that they had for each side for guilty and not guilty ratio is the same exact number for president and not president, but Democratic and Republican. I'm no hardcore fan of each side, but right now I'm more leaning on the Republican side. But, I mean, Trump did nothing wrong, okay? And I'm no hardcore fan for anybody, but Trump did what he should. He's supposed to run the country as a business, okay? That's how it is. It's a nation business. And just seeing how everything's getting undone, just hurting the people, it's really ridiculous, all right? And out of the entire time Trump has been in presidency, there's not been a single war that has occurred. Not a single one. I'm not counting like trade wars or something like that because of course that's socialism, right there with China. But there's no actual physical war going on, right there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he even created peace with countries like North Korea and Russia and whatnot. He created like a better.
There you go. The way how our media said it is that Trump was setting us for war against North Korea. Though that's not true. In fact, Trump was making peace with them. In fact, Trump was making peace.
Isn't he the only U.S. president to ever step into North Korea and meet the leader?
I don't know if it's the only president, but I know he was one of the presidents that stepped in there. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know any. I personally don't know any other president that went there.
I don't know that either, but from my but I know Trump is one of those, but I don't know if he was the only. So I don't know that far.
I don't know exactly, but I think he's the only because I don't know anyone else. But if there's anyone else, then alright, cool. But he went there like after so long, and he shook Kim Jong Un's hand and stuff, and basically made a better relationship between America and North Korea.
Yeah.
But then like Biden comes in and he basically despises these countries. I'm pretty sure. And then I mean, I don't know if you know about this, but I did hear something happening between the UK and America, and it was something like Biden said something like there's basically a Cold War happening between America and Russia, right?
It's kinda. I mean, it's kind of complicated. I mean, there's not an actual Cold War going on, but it's kind of it's kind of like in the mix there. So
it's like a mini one. It's not as big as something like Russia's, like the one in 1960. Like it's not as big as that, okay? But it's like a mini Cold War, and America made an alliance with like UK and Australia, and they said that they basically gave us like nuclear powered submarines, a few, and I'm pretty sure Australia was supposed to be the 7th in the world to have it, and France got a bit jealous or something like that, and then they said that America and us lot we all stabbed them in the back, and then America said something like. Or Biden said something like, we're not as friends, or as good enough friends with the UK or something like that, and we'll be better friends with the French. Yeah. And then obviously we got a bit angry about that. But that's what Mr. Biden had to say about us.
Yeah, I mean, there were certain things that we can and can't do when it comes to like Russia, because it would become serious consequences. So, which is the reason why we hadn't engaged into another war with Russia. Also that has something to do with the United Nations as well, because the United Nations is the reason is pretty much the outcome after World War II to ensure something like that don't happen anymore. But even though it's more of like a sit down kind of thing right there, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, well, we're not in a Cold War with them. But however, we do have tensions with Russia, especially like past tensions, especially after them especially with them going to Cold War with us in the first place because of nuclear power after World War II. But So, Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we're not in a cold war with them. But however, we're keeping our eyes on them particularly. So we're keeping
Yeah, I mean,
so
I personally do believe like World War Three is around the corner there because like all these tensions between different countries and whatnot,
yeah.
they're like getting higher and higher instead of declining.
Now
Like
the only way I see World War III triggering is if somebody initiates nuclear attacks. Right? If somebody brings that up, then there's no doubt there's going to be another World War. No
nah,
doubt for that.
I
But
don't think it's gonna be a nuclear attack. I generally think it's gonna be an invasion. The
so
first country to invade another country, like a big country that means a lot to another country. So let's just say, like, I mean, it feels like nuclear power wise, then the UK would be like screwed over. By the way, like 2, 3 nukes drops and we're all dead.
yeah,
That's it.
pretty much. I mean,
Like,
how big is the UK? I mean, I don't think it was that big, but I don't think UK's
I
so.
can check right now. I'm pretty sure it's not that big.
So.
It's a tiny island.
Oh
How
well,
big?
then shoot, man, one Tessar, man, I mean, you're screwed there, man. One Tessar.
Yeah, no, we're
One
screwed.
Tessar.
We're screwed.
Yeah,
It
one.
says the United Kingdom area. I mean, yeah, it says 242,495 kilometers squared.
Hmm.
That's what it says. We are screwed. Oh Jesus,
Oh
we are so
man,
screwed.
shoot.
Oh no.
Oh no. I mean, well, I don't think they would have nuked the UK because I'm sure the UK has certain resources that they would want. So now invasion, I'm sure,
Nah,
but
nah.
I don't know about nukes. So I don't know.
No, I don't know. We kind of don't really like. We don't have anything that anybody would really want. They would probably just nuke us. Because if they get us out the way, because we are on an island, like just us being an island was
Yeah,
the reason why World War Two was actually, in my opinion, like winnable, achievable.
yeah,
Because we were island. That's the only reason why. So that's gonna be. So if they nuke us, we're out the way. It's just Europe, and Europe is all land. So
yeah,
yeah. Good luck to them.
yeah. Oh man, yeah. So, I
I'm
guess
pretty sure. What'd you say?
no, go ahead and finish. I got to develop the question, so go right ahead. I got to develop
Oh
the
yeah,
question,
I was just gonna say I'm pretty sure. Uh, China has like heated tensions between Taiwan and if like I remember there was like when the countries send like naval fleet, like one naval fleet over to basically like I forgot what it's called, but they
Yeah,
demonstrate an act or something
yeah,
to show that they stand with this country. I know a bunch of countries done it. I'm pretty sure France was there, UK was there.
yeah,
There was a few more countries. America did come, and they basically said to China that if you do invade, we're gonna stand by our allies and we're gonna be ready to like fight back.
yeah,
And there's no doubt that China is like they are going to invade Taiwan. Let's be honest, all right? They generally
yeah,
want the island back. Uh, and yeah, so that's the one reason why generally World War Three is somewhere around the corner.
yeah.
It's just waiting to jump scare us. You know.
Speaking of leadership, I'm gonna go ahead and ask about your end of it real quick. So I remember, okay, I do know that formerly, Queen Elizabeth used to be the leader of the United Kingdom, and then all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, it got taken over by who did it got taken over by? Boris Johnson. Like, do you happen to know what happened
Oh
there,
no,
or do you happen to know?
no. So I can't remember when exactly the time period was, but so it used to be that the monarchy would lead the country,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So the monarchy meaning so like the kings and the queens,
yeah,
and then slowly the game changed towards politicians, and then we had prime ministers, and then since that time period, I forgot when this was because I should have paid more attention in the history class, but yeah, so since that changed, it would always be the government that ruled over basically like controlled the country, rather than it be the monarch. Because in a way, when the monarchs were like, so when the kings and queens weren't like control, in my opinion, yes, it was like the country was a little bit more corrupted because it'll just go. Let's just say if the king didn't like something,
yeah,
they could literally have anyone executed. I'm pretty sure, like they wished.
Damn.
Anyone goes against the king, this is still a rule or a law, I'm pretty sure. If you still go against like the queen or something, it still counts as treason.
Shit, tell them Fortnite's better than Minecraft, man. They'll put you on freaking hanging.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Like, I mean, personally, do I respect the queen and stuff? Yes. But do I think that the queens and the kings should rule? I genuinely don't care. Like, if it was either the government, or the king, or the queen, I really wouldn't mind.
I mean,
as long as it's good leadership.
I feel like the king and queen system should run in a certain way, like someone more responsible enough that's in their bloodline. But just for it to be taken over by politicians, that's just already a sign that there's gonna be problems up ahead for the country. So
I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but that's like how it happened. It went from like monarchy ruling a long time ago to the government, like like prime ministers. And since then, it's just been like prime ministers ruling. I know the queen does have like some sort of say in stuff, but I don't think there's as much anymore. I'm pretty sure it's more with the government, but yeah.
Yeah, because this woman has been, because Queen Elizabeth has been running the country since 1952, up to about, if I'm aware correctly, last year, and then her mother was in control of the country since. Well, I'm not saying anything about her mother, but however, I know she's been in there for a long time. I mean, so there's only been like 2 queens within 100 years. So within 100 years.
Wait.
For what I'm looking at, Queen Elizabeth first, because I know she's the second. Okay, no, never mind. The first Queen Elizabeth I was in 1558. But I don't know who else been going in between there. So the bloodline's been going on for a very long time, but up till about probably last year. So
okay, cool. I think you have something else like mixed up with it. Yeah, no. So so the Queen, right? Like. The Queen Elizabeth I, I'm pretty sure in her time period, I think that was the Tudor time period.
Probably.
Yeah, that's when, like, long time ago, bro, like 500, 600 years ago.
Yeah.
Sometime then. Long time ago. That was still when the queens used to rule and the kings used to rule. But now it's changed. Like, it's been changed for quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe I'm getting some inaccurate there. But I mean, but no doubt those two are related, because I don't see a reason why there would be an Elizabeth II if there's not an Elizabeth I to go in that bloodline, because it'd be just like, okay, I just hopped in, now I'm the second. So it's just kind of weird like that, unless there's some weird bloodline, unless there's like some weird queen tradition that I don't know about. It would be very weird.
I don't know much about the monarchs myself, but
yeah,
what I do know is that they used to rule, but they don't.
I mean, I'm not really taught these in my history class. Maybe like the modern time of the UK, but not like anything that like dates back in the 1500s. In terms of that.
Oh look.
So,
Mr. Knuckles is here. What's up?
Because my God.
Yeah, so.
Because, I mean, well, it wouldn't date anything like that, because my country was founded back in the 1770s, so, so there wouldn't be anything that would date way back there, unless it's talk about the old British movement that we acquired it off of, But yeah.
Okay, I got a question. Do you believe that the language English came from America?
No, not really, because we had different types of languages, like the French and that. Well, I think we did acquire that traditionally from the British. I do think so, because it was a British country, but no, I honestly believe that it came off from British, and then it kind of got like a French mix, because we had the French help us, and then we kind of learned off of that when we was just, I don't know, but I believe we got it from the British. I didn't think it was coming from American. It'd be weird if it did.
No, No, because I have like a few American people, like some Americans, when I speak to them, they're like, "Yo, you know, we own you and all that." And I'm just like, if you look at it historically wise, like the language you speak and stuff comes of us, because naturally you were part of the British Empire. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to fire shots at Americans. I'm
Oh
just
no, go
stating
right ahead,
down
man.
the fact.
Go. I mean, it'd be
So
nice to
like,
learn. So it'd be nice to
yeah,
learn.
so
It'd be nice.
the language is obviously come from, you know, the British.
Yeah.
And then when you guys wanted your independence,
Mm-hmm.
you guys had like the help of like a bunch of countries. I'm pretty sure it was the Dutch, the Spanish, and the French. And because I'm pretty sure the reason why they would help you is because they were pretty much scared of us. I don't know why they were scared. We were just big. That was it.
Yeah, I
I don't
think.
know why they...
Yeah, I mean, I think since y'all's primary English is right there, I think the other foreigners that we was becoming relative with, it kind of like submerged the English a little bit. So I think that's what
Yeah.
happened. It's me anyway, but
I don't know the entire history about that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason why we attacked is because of government corruption. So that's really what we attacked for, and of course, our government's become that now. But however, it's kind of more of bringing power back to the people instead of the people being controlled by power. So it's kind of more like that. So it's one of the main reasons why we did. Do I look at your country the same way as I do at that place? Definitely not. I look at y'all's time, your time now, completely different to what it was back then. But I do see good reasons
UK
why.
was
So
brutal back then.
yeah, I mean, so I see good reasons why they did at that point, and I'm a good, and I'm proud to be American at that point. But even if America didn't come to that point, and then they still had control, but it turned out to where y'all are now, I probably would have cared less anyway. So
Yeah, same, very much, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just part of history. I mean, we gotta acknowledge it. I mean, besides, we learned about our history anyway. We keep acknowledging about that founding time, and then as long as we keep acknowledging that and know the differences between that now, I don't think we'll ever go to war at that point. So, because I mean, hey, look,
Yeah.
I mean, I think y'all are a good country, really. I mean, even though there's differences, I think y'all are a good country still. So, yeah, I mean, as long as it ain't that, then hey, I mean, no
As long
problem.
as the UK and Americans are friends, there's literally no difference.
Yeah, from my understanding, I think they still are. So, from my understanding, so yeah, I mean, as long as countries ain't like trying to like overhauling for power or something like that, then shoot, I don't give a crap about them. So I don't give a crap. So, I mean, I'm more of about equality than power over the other. So I'm more about that. So.
But I don't know. I'm running out of ideas to talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
By the way,
yeah.
if you didn't know, GTA Definitive Edition, by the way, it did come with too many glitches and bugs, and it just looked like it was underdeveloped. That's what a lot of people have said. If you don't know somebody, when it comes to GTA, somebody I'd recommend highly is Dark Viper AU. I watch his content. He's a nice chill guy, and when he was reviewing GTA, he did explain it like properly. And apparently, when people bought the product when it came out, it did release early, and when it released early,
Yeah.
apparently the reason why, what he believes is the game got pirated, so basically you can get it for free, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
So they literally pulled the game back and took it away from people. Like they
Wow.
pulled out store and stuff. And they said, "Oh, we do apologize for this and that," and then they, basically are gonna re-release it. Or I think they already have, right? I'm pretty sure it's already out.
Shouldn't they throw like coding in there for something like that? They've done that before with GTA 4. Like throw some coding in there to where when somebody pirates the game, they get like some game breaking issues or some, not game breaking issues, but kind of make it to where the game's very difficult to play. I mean, they've done it before with GTA 4, but I don't know why they didn't do it for this one, if they did. So
I don't know. I don't know. It was Rockstar. What can we say?
yeah, I mean, I feel like they're very insecure with their products. Like they're very easy to pirate. I mean, they've done it with GTA 5, GTA 4, maybe the previous games like San Andreas and stuff like that. I'm sure San Andreas, but yeah. So I think they gotta work that out with their next title if they do so. But yeah, I mean, I've heard that there were bugs in this game, but I didn't view the bugs because I had no idea it was that bad. So but yeah, I've heard that there was like this is the worst GTA release of all time or something like that. I was like, is it really that bad? Yeah. I'm like, is it really that bad? I was like, are you serious? I was like,
I'm pretty sure when Dark Viper AU was doing a comparison, he said he didn't realize this, but somebody pointed out, I think it was in Reddit, the game looks better if you go back on PC, the old school GTA San Andreas, not the remastered, the old one,
yeah,
so the original, and if you use mods, you can make the game look 20 million times better, and he's not wrong.
Yeah,
it does look way better with mods.
You know, speaking of that, I also heard that Take-Two is actually cracking down on the mods once again, of like modding up the games. So I've heard about that.
I mean,
wait,
what do you mean by modding up the games? Like taking
just like adding mods to the game generally.
Oh, okay.
So like.
Oh no, that if they're gonna do that, it's pretty cool because I'm planning to buy a gaming PC soon in my life, and I really do want to like GTA mods and stuff. If they're gonna like actually, if they like try put as many mods as they can to the game, to story mode only, not online, that would be pretty cool. That would be awesome.
If you're going to get a gaming PC, I would recommend CLX. That's where I got my PC from, and it's a budget type PC that I got, but it actually works really good. So, but if you're buying like parts individually, I would recommend waiting on that right now because prices are like skyrocket on parts right now. So just saying.
CLX.
Yeah, CLX. You can put that on Google and it should be the first link. So they put the PC together for you, but for me, it takes it took about a month to get me my PC, but however, the performance is actually really good. Like unoptimized games like BO3 and stuff like that, it actually runs very smoothly. So
yeah, I'm not looking for something like like completely like like a 2,000, 5,000 like pound PC setup where it's like the max refresh hertz and frames are like 240 or something, 240 frames. But everything's like super smooth, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's something way out of my budget. I can't deal with that.
Alright, 5,000. Okay, 5,000 pounds to dollars. Okay, you're looking at about 6,000. Well, this works with CLX does any type of budget really, so they do any type of budget. So I mean, so you can you can buy a top notch or whatever, or you can go with a low end. The PC that I paid for is actually $700, so it's actually $700.
Oh, okay, if that's the type of price to do it, hey, thanks, bro. Because I was like, for the past few days, I've just been like looking up PCs and stuff, and I'm like, bro, these things are so expensive.
Okay, $700 to pounds.
I think that's like 600 and something pounds, I think.
Yeah, let's see here. $700 to pounds. That'll be like 520 pounds. So that'll be.
Like... 520. Okay, I was way off.
I mean, I didn't know how pounds and dollars were. I mean, I know how dollars were, but I just didn't know about pounds. So I had to do a Google translation for that. So I had to do like.
I think it's like $1 is like 60 something cent, or 60 something pence, if I'm sure.
Yeah.
$1 to. Oh, it's 74 pence. $1 is 74 pence.
Yeah, it's really weird how they do the math there. It's weird. It's very weird. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because of. I don't know if it's because of rare resource kind of thing, using that for currency or something. I don't know how that works, but it's to me it's weird. So how they do it. It's weird. So. Well, in fact, it's weird how both ends do it. Really, in fact, it's weird. So.
It's pretty strange to me. I wish we could all use the same currency, but at the same time, that wouldn't work. So.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah, that's true.
Right, yeah, okay, I see the one that you've got. It's $749.
Yeah,
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I do add like pretty good ones, but I do always get like the best processor I can. I mean, the ones that I've known is the best right now, though you can pick either one, is the Core Processor 10. But there's a Core Processor 11, though it's kind of like equal with the 10. But however, I picked the 10s because it has more cores on it. So but I don't think it matters either way. So I don't think it matters.
Yes, this is my first time like looking into PC because my entire like childhood time and stuff, I was like, I'm never moving over to it because it's too complex. But now that I just see that the consoles, like having a PC is better. Like I'll still buy consoles to have on the side.
Yeah.
But a PC would be nice to have.
Yeah, I mean.
And I don't know much about PCs.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same way when I was like a console guy because I was really a console guy, really. Well, more on Xbox's end, but however, I got into PC when I disassembled my Xbox. Well, I'll just leave it to that, and then I just moved over to the PC for a certain time, and I actually enjoyed PC. Not only you could play certain games on there, but however. Well, you can play a bunch of games on there anyway, but however, there's more things you could do with it instead of just that. So it also helped me with YouTube a lot. So, which is the reason why I have it. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of perks you can get with a PC. So there's a lot.
I'm pretty sure with gaming, I'm pretty sure you get to play both PS and Xbox games on PC.
Yeah, it depends on exclusivity because I know the Uncharted games is going to come out for Steam. I know that. Horizon's already out. God of War, I think, is coming out. I don't know if it's already out, but I know it's coming. Or already out, whichever it is, but I know it's coming to PC. But will Spider-Man be on the PC? I'm guessing so.
I don't think it would.
I don't know.
That's still a place. No, because Spider-Man is like completely like Sony now owns Spider-Man again. I'm pretty sure, because I know that they bought them back. So, do you know Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the final MCU movie.
From my understanding, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that would be PC.
Yeah.
I don't think that would come to PC.
Yeah, I don't think they could work out a deal with Disney, so, But however, there's a bunch of Sony-only products like God of War, stuff like that, that's moving to PC. So I wouldn't be surprised if they moved to PC, really. It would be cool if they did. I mean, it'd be cool, but
yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice, but I mean, like by the looks of it, it's like a thing where if you have an exclusive product, that's like, it would basically get a lot more customers to come to you. So like, let's just say if I was an Xbox player, but I was a huge fan of Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
And I see Marvel Spider-Man coming out for the first time, and it's PS4 exclusive, and everyone's like, it's awesome. I would be like, all right, you know what? I need to buy a PS4, and that would boost up a bit of sales for.
Yeah. I mean, I actually had the game. I actually played the game at launch. Really, it was like late at night. I played it at launch. Oh my gosh, It was the best experience I've ever had. For real.
Oh yeah.
I was highly excited for it. I was highly excited for it. So.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean. Yeah, so I mean, when I consider time to buy a gaming PC, I'm probably gonna have a really long talk with you because you already have one, and it's a budget one, and that's literally what I'm looking at. So I'll probably speak to you about it.
Yeah.
Because I want like a decent PC for a budget price. Is what I'm like trying to look at.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to buy something for like a budget price. Budget meaning for PCs as well. It's like what's £700, £800, maybe less, like 500. That's still a lot of money.
I mean, it still is. I mean, it still is, but it's better than what you'll see in most places. Really, still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I got my PC from CLX, and so far it hasn't disappointed me anything. So far it hasn't.
Right. Just a quick question. If I do purchase actually a PC which is like in dollars, right?
Yeah.
How would the stuff go, like buying the product because it's in dollars?
Okay. Well, I don't think there will be much difference if you do buy it in a certain currency. because I'm sure they got ways of converting that currency in a certain form. But I don't think it'd be much of a difference right there. But if you were to order it and then you're waiting for it to come in, for me it took about a month for them to come in. It may take longer for you. I'm not sure. It could be sooner. I don't know. But
it's probably going to be a bit longer because I live.
But once it comes in, it will already be assembled, so you don't have to worry about putting it together.
Oh, that's dope then. I'm happy with that.
They had mine put together. I was kind of expecting to put it together, but they already had it assembled for you, which explains the wait time. But yeah, I don't think it'd be too much of a difference. But I guess that would depend on your area. But I don't think there'll be much of a difference there. So.
Oh, then that's pretty cool. Then I'll when I get ready to buy, I'm pretty excited.
PC's really good. So PC's good.
I'm probably gonna buy it hopefully next November.
Yeah.
For Black Friday sales, so I just save a tons of money as well.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know if they do Black Friday sales for the PC because I bought mine several months ago. I think on February. I think so. I wasn't sure if they did Black Friday sales, but if they do, which I think they do, then it'll be a benefit there too. So I think it'll be.
Yeah. That'll be a win-win situation.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it this one. I got a few things I gotta take care of, but anyway, right. Ramo, thank you for coming on here. It was a good time that I had with you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you to have me on.
All right.
It feels nice to be on here. It's just you get to talk and chill.
Yeah, it really is. Just like the last not last stream, but the stream after it. That was actually an awesome time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, be sure to show some love. Hit that like button down below, and also, if you're at all new to any of our channels, I'll put Ramo's channel down in the description. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, and become a part of the notification squad. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and, well, I'll see you dudes next time. Peace out, Matriholiic.